Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am super excited for today's video, partly because this has taken me a lot of effort that I've actually put into getting this video to be a thing, and second of all, I'm just super excited. Obviously, as you can tell by the title of today's video today, we're talking about how I read Steph Bohrer's 5-star rated books. If you guys don't know who Steph Bohrer is, you should definitely look her up right now. She is literally, for me, the queen of booktube. She's one of my favorite YouTubers and definitely one of my favorite booktubers as well. She just, I don't know, like just something about her recommendations and her vibe and everything is just so awesome. I actually had already read majority of her 5-star reads. There were some left that I had not read, and there's still some that I haven't read, which we will talk about. Since I've read already quite a bit of her 5-star reads and our tastes kind of aligned similarly, I wanted to read the rest of them and to kind of see if we kind of had the same taste and kind of what I thought about them. It's just a fun video. Also, Haley Pham and Sarah Caroli, they have done this video before and their videos are also super amazing. So you guys should definitely go check those out after this video, or if you want to go watch those now and then come back to this one, however you want to do it. I would just recommend watching their videos too because they're absolutely amazing. So the first part of this video that you guys are going to see, this is post reading vlog. I actually did basically a reading vlog for three of the books that I read for today's video. So that is what you guys are about to see, but I will say this before we get into those clips, is that those are going to have spoilers in them. So I basically just did a reading vlog of just my reaction of everything that happened in those books. So I read 1,000 Boy Kisses, Birthday Girl, and Archer's Voice. So if you have not read those books yet, or maybe if you've only read 1 or 2 of them, I'm going to have all the timestamps for this video down below. So you can go down there and check out all of the timestamps and everything for what happens in today's video. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the reading vlog portion. So I think the first book that I'm gonna read is 1,000 Boy Kisses. Now I'm a little sketched out, and can I be honest with you guys? I already know what happens. I already know what happens in this book full on, because I'm gonna be so honest when I say I never planned on reading this book. It's not been a book that I genuinely wanted to read. I've heard that it's very immature. I've heard that it's super sad, and I've said this a few times, but I am not that mentally strong. And if a book's really sad and it's gonna get to me, it's just not good for me mentally. So sometimes I just try to kind of stray away from that. It's a part of this video, and a lot of you guys have been DMing me saying that you guys hated this book, you guys DNF'd it, you guys were like, tell me please what you think. So here we are talking about what I think about it. Obviously, you guys might be like, well, if you already know what happens, then what's the point of reading it? Because knowing what happens versus actually reading the words on the page, 2 completely different things. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's immature, so I don't think I'm gonna like it. Most of the time, that stands correct, because I just don't do YA books. I don't like the way they're written, and I just usually don't like them. But I'm gonna give this one a chance, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna read 1,000 Boy Kisses. Okay guys, so I'm reading, obviously. This may be me being a little nitpicky, but I really hate when books are like taking place in the past. So like, for example, she's talking about like when she was 8, and she's like, I glanced back out at my school wondering why I was being taken out of class early. It was only lunch break. I wasn't supposed to leave yet. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like when they're like recounting stories from when they were 8 and they're kind of talking like that. I just really don't like it. I'm sorry. I just had to pick up the camera because this part, it's like, so Poppy's grandma just died, but she gave an 8-year-old a jar of hearts and was like, whenever you kiss boys, like if it's special, put it down on this heart. And she's 8. She goes and tells Rune about this like hole in her jar, and Rune's like, you're my Poppy, and then kisses her. They're 8. Homie is 8 years old and talking like this. It's just hard for me to get past. I mean, the principle is there. The principle is there that they're best friends and that he's in love with her since they were little babies, but it's just a little unbelievable. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is the next day. I only read till like the 3rd or 4th chapter last night. Last night was the college championship, so I was watching it with my family. So this morning we are going to read 1,000 Boy Kisses. We're going to keep on progressing. I have my matcha, so we're all geared up and ready to go. Hello guys. So I'm about to go to the gym. I have made quite a bit of progress, so let's chat about it before I have to go to the gym. Here's the tea, everybody. So Rune left, but he came back, but Poppy was keeping a secret. And the secret is that, what does she have? Hodgkin's lymphoma or something like that? She's sick, she's dying. Rune was playing little games, knew that post Rune leaving that Avery had a thing for him, and so he was playing on that to get to Poppy. And let me just tell you, that makes me angry. I hate when boys do that in books. I hate it because I'm such a girl's girl, you know what I'm saying? That I'm like, I cannot believe that you just did that to Poppy. But if the roles were reversed, I would have been real quiet. I would have been real quiet, and that's my toxic trait. On a real note, I was like, I know Rune is not doing this, and then Rune goes into the like laundry room, wherever, because they're at somebody's house, and he's all like, Poppy, and trying to act like he wasn't just staring her down the hallway the day before, giving her a dirty look and being so rude. Como se dice, piece of trash, okay? Rune, I was rooting for you. I gotta go to the gym, so we're gonna go to the gym, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna read it. Hey everybody, I got back from the gym like an hour ago. Let me tell you guys that me and Rune are not vibing. Because let me say this, I understand, okay, heartbreak can change a person, but when Poppy comes at you and she's like talking about all this, I just want to live my life, I just want to be happy, I just want you to be how you used to be. Like, obviously he's not going to just change overnight and be the old him again. Like, that's totally unrealistic, and at least the book is sticking to that, because like no one's just going to change overnight. It's a very slow and progressive thing. But I'm sorry, Rune, but like the smoking, the drinking, and just being like, it's because I'm heartbroken. But you and Poppy are dating. Rune, pre-moving back to Italy or wherever, Norway, pre-Rune moving to Norway with Poppy, was like so sweet, and he was like so thoughtful, and he's like still sweet and thoughtful, but like it's almost like he wants other people to think that he's this like big bad wolf, and it just makes no sense to me. So I'm going to guess that Avery, little Miss Avery, is gonna have a problem with it. Well, Avery can, because I don't care. Not me, low-key like getting into the drama of this book. Oh my god. Not Rune taking her to New York because they were supposed to go to college there together. I'm conflicted on how I feel about this book because it's like very immature, but I'm a sucker for it. And also my weakness is storylines like this. They're my weakness, so what can I say? And I feel a little dumb because they're in New York, right? They're still in New York, and all of a sudden Rune is like having a breakdown. She's like describing the moment, and I literally thought she was dead and having an outer body experience. Okay. The book, it didn't do it to me, but it almost did. Because of this quote. It says, my heaven will be you and me in the Blossom Grove, like always, forever 17. And it's just sad because when you think about it, she is forever 17. Okay, this book has some pretty sweet moments. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to prom. Tears have threatened to spill, but none have. But Rune has kind of made that 180 for me, where he's became a better person. And I'm getting real scared because we're on 89%. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we are at 89%. I'm getting real scared, guys. Okay, so sad because it was like, so in the book, there's like this little, like, I think it's like a cherry blossom, like trees and stuff in their neighborhood or something, that it's like a super important, crucial part to the book. And I knew it was gonna have symbolism because the whole entire thing was like, they're so precious, they're only here for a certain amount of time, and I knew what that parallel was gonna be. But when Poppy dies and the cherry blossoms petals are in the wind, and Rune says Poppy left the same day that the cherry blossoms lost their petals too. They were guiding her soul home. He is about to read the letter that she wrote, and you guys know that anytime a letter is in a book that it's gonna be sad, so I want to put my reaction. This book, I definitely am gonna tell you guys, it's not anywhere near 5 stars for me, but it's okay. Rune would not apply to any of the colleges because Poppy wasn't going to be there, and her and his dad put together his portfolio to get him into NYU, and he got in. Oh my god. She gave him a jar with blue hearts for 1,000 girl kisses. Oh my god, he's dead. I just finished this book and I am at a loss for words. He died? How? Excuse me? I think that I'm gonna give this book a 4 stars. I'm giving it a 4 stars. It barely made it there because the ending really got to me. It was gonna be like a 3.5 before. Now it's a 4 stars. I'm going to save all of my constructed thoughts for the very end of the video. So I need to read, I think Birthday Girl is gonna be the next thing that I read. Oh, it is on Kindle Unlimited. Not me being disappointed. I just really don't want to read this book. Well, it's only 6:30 right now. So do not tell me that they have this book that I wanted to read on freaking Kindle Unlimited. Thank God. I am going to let my camera battery charge, and then we're gonna start reading Birthday Girl. Okay guys, have my little snack here. I have some peanut butter toast, some fruit, and then I have some chocolate milk, some protein milk, and we're gonna start reading. First, I am gonna be honest, I'm gonna eat my snack and then start reading because I can't eat and read at the same time. I don't know why. It's not one of the talents that I possess, but we will start reading. Okay guys, I'm literally only 6% in, but I have a few things to say. I noticed that this happens a lot in books where there's an age gap, and basically they make it where the male love interest doesn't look how old he is. Like when she sees him, she thinks he's like maybe in his 30s. And I'm like, just because he doesn't look that old does not mean that that's not his age. Sit back here, my vanity is a mess, okay? Can we not talk about it? It's the next day. I would say last night before I went to bed, I was probably about 50, 60-ish% through the book. Then I came home from work this morning and I finished Birthday Girl. And some of you are gonna be really upset with me. How do I say this? I almost DNF'd this book and gave it 1 star. Hated it. I absolutely hated this book. Welcome back. Well, not you welcome back, but me welcome back. Currently, I'm in the process of uploading a video, and then after that I'm gonna take a shower. But the process to upload a video takes a little bit, so I thought, why not start my book now? Plus, I'm having very, very, very bad anxiety, and usually when I'm having bad anxiety, I try to read because reading just takes me out of my own mind for a little bit. So it's time. We're finally going to read, well, I'm finally going to read Archer's Voice. I'm so freaking excited. Like, this has been on my TBR forever. But guys, you guys should have seen my actual reaction earlier, because I was pissed because I was just scrolling through TikTok, minding my own business, and someone literally spoiled a part of this book and didn't even put spoiler warning or anything. I'm gonna start reading and I'm just gonna update you guys like I have been. Hello guys. It's been a few days since I last updated. I'm about 40% through it. I'm actually kind of really mad about how slow I'm reading this. Usually I would be literally like already done with this 2 days ago. I have been so busy. I'm literally trying to upload a video right now. I have been so busy, and just to try to find the time, trying to film and edit other videos. Let's talk about my thoughts for this book so far. So like I said, I'm like 40% through. I'm on chapter 16, which I've already read a little bit of chapter 16. So far, I'm like, Archer, I'm liking him because I can tell, obviously there's like trauma between the two of them, so obviously you can tell he has been through some stuff. I mean, the man got shot by his own uncle. Travis, Archer's cousin, who's a douchebag and a jerk, keeps on trying to get with Bree, and I'm like, he's giving me weird vibes, like always blowing up her phone after only going out with her once. And before he even went out with her, he was like blowing up her phone, and he's showing up at her house because she's not returning his calls. Like, that's giving me very much psychopath energy, and I don't think he's gonna react too well when he realizes that Bree's with Archer, because there was like a story that Archer told where basically like when they were younger he had a crush on this girl, but so did Travis, and Travis was so mean to him in front of everybody and like humiliated him. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep reading. Hey guys, just a little update. I look so bad right now. Please don't pay me any mind. I just got out of the shower because I got home from work not that long ago, and I just want to say that Archer, he is like one of my new faves ever. He is just so pure and sweet and innocent, and like expects everyone to be so mean to him. And Bree is just like so sweet and innocent too, so the fact that she is so nice to him and everything is just so sweet. And Victoria, freaking Travis's mom, screw both of you guys, is so freaking mean. Basically threatened Bree, like, if you went out on a date with Travis, then you should not be talking to Archer. Excuse me? Please. I'm so loving this book, but I'm gonna get back to reading it. Just want to tell you guys that I'm loving Archer and Bree. They're like my faves all time. Travis just like came up to Bree outside of the diner, which, can I just tell you guys again how much Travis gives me the ick. He's like, is it true that you and Archer are like something serious? And she's like, yes, which I love that Bree is playing no games. She's like, yeah, and she's telling everybody. She's not trying to hide it. And Travis is like, okay, well that's great, like I should probably try harder to like be whatever with him. I don't believe that for 1 second. Not for 1 second. I think that he is going to try to sabotage something or be mean to Archer and just try to ruin it, and he is psycho just like his mom. I'm putting that out there. Anyway, Travis just stopped by Archer's house and he was like, why don't you come out with some of me and the guys? And I feel sketchy about this, and Archer was like, I just have a bad feeling about this. And I have a bad feeling about this too. I have never wanted to punch a fictional character more in the face. Travis is trying to set Archer up right now and get him to basically cheat on Bree. He's lying to Archer, saying that him and Bree like are together and she cheats on him because he knows that Archer doesn't know anything about relationships and stuff like that. And Archer's trying to get up and leave, and Travis isn't letting him because he's bound and determined to ruin everything. And I can't do this. My heart, I don't think Archer's gonna do anything, but we shall see. I have no words. Travis basically manipulated Archer into cheating on Bree and then dropped him off at Bree's house. And now we are in Bree's point of view, and I'm scared to read forward. Okay guys, I'm gonna be really embarrassing and just admit that I just talked a whole entire clip to this camera and it was never even recording. But I was saying that Bree low-key just went off on Travis, which was very deserved. But it's like a thunderstorm and Bree hates thunderstorms, and she sees Archer on her porch and she's like, what are you doing here? And he goes, you don't like thunderstorms. And he tells her that he just wanted to be here so that she knew that he was here. And she's mad at him, obviously, but he literally is soaked and walked a whole entire mile to her house in the middle of a thunderstorm just to be there for her. Okay, something that's really making me really mad right now is that Bree's like college friends or her close friends from her hometown came into town, and Natalie's talking to her and she's like, Archer's too damaged, like he's been through a lot. And Bree's like, I mean, I've been through a lot too. And she's like, not as much as him. And I'm like, so why are you acting like just because somebody's been through some things that they can't try to get over that and be a good person? Because it's not even like he's a bad person. He's just never even experienced emotions like this before, and no one's ever told him what to do with these emotions. I don't know why authors feel the need to do a third act breakup, but the ups and downs of this book are just genuinely causing my emotions to go into turmoil. I know. Archer did not just die. I can't, guys. Archer did not just die. Do not tell me that Archer died, because literally someone just came in and tried to shoot Bree and he went in front of her, and all that it says is the whole town gathered to honor Archer Hale. Do not tell me that he dies. Do not. Oh my God. I just full on almost had a mental breakdown. So it says, when Archer left for 3 months, he was gone from me for 3 solid weeks. Before he came back, he was in a deep coma and doctors couldn't tell me what they thought he might wake up. Okay guys, I finished it. I finished it. And so if you guys like recently bought this book, it has another epilogue, and it was so sweet. This book was amazing, and the extended epilogue is just, I don't want to like say anything about the extended epilogue because not a lot of people have read it, but it is just so amazing. I love this book so much. I'm so happy that I read it finally. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now that you guys have watched the reading vlog, we are going to talk about all of the 5-star rated books from Steph Bohrer today. So basically, I went and I watched my 5-star books video, and what I basically did for this video is that I wrote them down, and I basically had read majority of them, and I picked some of them that were at the top of my TBR, and I decided to read them for today's video. First of all, let's talk about the list that she has. The books that I did not read for today's video is the Addicted series and the Off-Campus series, mostly because that was literally a series, so I wasn't just going to read all those books for one video. I do plan on making those books a video within themselves because a lot of you guys have been asking me to do Off-Campus and Addicted series as videos, so those will be coming whenever I read those. And then I also just happened to miss Red, White, and Royal Blue. I was rewatching the video and I completely realized that I just completely missed that book. Don't know how, don't know why. I also didn't read it for today's video because by the time that I realized that I forgot that book, I was completely over wanting to read a singular other book for today's video. We're just gonna go ahead and go into my thoughts of all of the books. Anyway, the first book we're gonna be talking about is 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. Now, I read this on my Kindle, so basically I gave this book a 4 stars. It was definitely teetering a 3 to 3.5 stars. My only problem with the book was that it was just very immature. Just, you know, it was very YA. Like, I would definitely recommend this book for like 12 and up, like literally 12. If I was 13, 14, I definitely probably would have rated this book 5 stars and absolutely would have loved it. And I do recommend it for that age group because it's very much written for that age group. It's very much that type of book, you know? The next book we're talking about is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Now, I have stated my thoughts on Ugly Love so many times. I've literally done it in my reading wrap up. I've made a whole entire Colleen Hoover video, but I will say it again, so I'm sorry for literally like beating a dead horse with this, but Ugly Love for me, it is a super hyped up book, and this is literally one of Steph's like favorite books, and to me it's like a 3-star for me. Like, I definitely enjoy some parts of the book. When I did my Colleen Hoover video, a lot of people were saying that maybe Colleen Hoover isn't the author for me, and I think a mistake that I made personally in that video was that when I was talking about the rankings, I was kind of focusing more on why the book was lower ranked and not as much as the positives on the book. I do enjoy every single Colleen Hoover book I read, except for like Too Late and Without Merit. Those are just awful. I do enjoy every single one. I think I just focused more on the negatives of this book. I did enjoy a lot of parts of this book. It was just the whole entire, yeah, that I couldn't get over. I've said it multiple times on my channel, so if you want to know what I'm talking about, maybe go to my Colleen Hoover video, because I've talked about it so many times, but that was just something hard for me to get over. Gave me a little bit of the ick, like that was just not it for me. And also Miles just definitely was not my fave Colleen Hoover guy. And then we have All Your Perfects. Now this was another about 3.5 star rating for me, and something that I was super excited to read this book for was because Steph loved this book so much, and like I said, a lot of these books, honestly, we kind of have the same feelings towards, so I was super excited to read it, and I was just disappointed because a lot of people love, this is like a past and present point of view. So Quinn and Graham are married now, so you're kind of getting that now they're married, and then you see back when they first started dating in their relationship. A lot of people love their relationship past tense, which for me is like, if you don't love who they are now, you know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't redeeming enough for me to absolutely love this book. And then we have November 9th, that's backwards, I mean upside down. November 9th, which is also one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books. This was also a 5-star read for me. I absolutely love this book. I loved Ben and Fallon. And another cool thing though that I liked about November 9th, this has never really happened in a Colleen Hoover book before, but Miles and Tate were in November 9th. So like some of the characters in November 9th kind of intertwined with Ugly Love, and I thought that was super cool. I really enjoyed that. And then we have The Hating Game. You guys know this is one of my 5-star reads. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I just absolutely love Josh. I love Lucy. I like just everything about this book. It being like office, enemies to lovers, like they really don't like each other, but maybe they do, you know what I'm saying? Like just everything about this book was absolutely amazing, and I absolutely loved it. A lot of these books I've already talked about so many times on my channel. So another one of those is The Unhoneymooners. Again, one of my 5-star rated reads. Absolutely loved it. I loved the vibes. I loved the characters. I loved their banter and everything. So I do agree with her rating on this one as well. And then we have The Song of Achilles, which is definitely one of Steph's most favorite books of all time. She has a tattoo dedicated to this book, and again, I could see why somebody would absolutely love this book. It is so beautiful. I've talked about the quotes and everything from this book, but just for me, I don't think Greek mythology is my thing. It's never been my thing, and just reading about Greek mythology, I was just kind of like, so I wasn't very emotionally invested, but it was still a beautiful story. Next, we have another book that I read for this video, and that is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. And this was a highly anticipated book on my TBR for literal months. And I finally read it, and I absolutely loved this book. This book was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. Definitely one of my favorite books that I have read. It was just so amazing. I don't know what about this book. I absolutely adored Archer. I adored Bree. They were both very pure and innocent in the way that they very much cared for each other, and Bree was just a super caring person. Archer had just this innocent, boyish soul, and I absolutely loved them so much. So yes, 5 stars. Next on my Kindle, I read the Full Tilt / All In duet, and I am conflicted. The first book I think is a 3-star for me. It wasn't really there for me. I didn't feel a connection between the two characters. But the second book I liked a lot better. I don't want to get into it because I feel like getting into that territory with these books can get very spoilerish, so I don't want to go into that territory. All I'm going to say is that the first book wasn't very much it for me, but I gave the second book 4 stars, and I enjoyed that story and that a whole lot better. If you've read the books, you know what I'm saying. Next book that I'm going to be talking about is Birthday Girl. I almost DNF'd this book. Guys, I read this on my Kindle because there was no way that I was going to buy this book. Let me just be honest with you. I've heard a lot of things about Birthday Girl previous to reading it, and it was just honestly never a book that I was going to read because I am going to be honest, no shame or no hate if you love these books, because I'm sure that I like books that you guys do not like. I do not like an age gap romance, especially if the age gap is very, very big. I'm just not a fan of that. That kind of is not something that I like to read about personally. Again, if you read that, that's cool, amazing. I don't care if you like that, I don't judge you. So this just didn't seem like a book to me that I would like. And I almost DNF'd it because I've never even read a Penelope Douglas book before. This was my first Penelope Douglas book. I just didn't enjoy her writing. It felt very bland. The story was boring, and I wanted to DNF it. Not only because I was bored, I didn't like our main love interest, which is, what is her name? Jordan. So Jordan's a boyfriend. She lives with her boyfriend, and then they have to move in with her boyfriend's dad. And her boyfriend's dad is the love interest. And I thought maybe like at the beginning of the book, her and the boyfriend were gonna break up, and they don't. Like, her and her boyfriend are together for majority of this book. It is just genuinely something that weirds me out. Like, when you're reading Pike's point of view and the way that he's like talking about how he's looking at her and stuff like that, and it was just something that gave me the ick. Like, genuinely, I was so just kind of grossed out. Not even just like it being an age gap, like I think I could look past that, but it being your son's girlfriend and like the way that he was talking about like looking at her and stuff, gross. Pike was also kind of rude. There's like one incident in the book where they are not like together or anything. She's literally just living in his house, and she is mowing the grass, and she decides to like get into the pool, and one of the neighbors is like a perv, and Pike sees that he's being a perv, and instead of going to the neighbor and saying something to the neighbor, he goes to Jordan and basically scolds and literally is so rude to Jordan and basically blames her, that I absolutely was not okay with. Didn't like it at all. No, it's a no from me. And the last book for this video is actually a book that I just finished today, and I was gonna do a reading vlog portion for this book too, but once I got to this book, it's just so long, and the video is already so long. That book was The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I literally was like 200 something pages in. I think I was like around 250. As of last night, I woke up this morning at like 8 and read until I think like 2 o'clock and just finished this book. Can I tell you guys something completely unrelated? This book, I posted about this on my Instagram, so follow me on my Instagram because you can get the inside tea. But my book, literally, like I was just like sitting here reading, and some of the pages were falling out. Like I was just like, oh, turn page, boom, fell out. I was so upset because like look at how it looks now. Oh, anyway, but I loved this book. 5 stars, 5 stars. This makes me so excited to read the rest of Mariana Zapata's book. I have From Luke Off with Love, which I think is gonna be one of my next reads, so I'm super excited. I don't know if it's gonna be this month because this book is a slow burn, okay? Slow. This book is like almost 700 pages long. I kid you not. It's like page 400, almost 5, before you even really get to like them even remotely showing any emotion towards each other. So I can do slow burns. Like that's something that I'm cool with. But sometimes it gets very boring and you're just like, oh my God, okay, I get it. You know, like, can we just now, like, can we get together, please? But with this book, it was just so entertaining. Was I absolutely dedicated with getting through this book? Yes, 100%. But did I want to put it down? No, I didn't. I was entertained the whole entire time. I absolutely love this book. 5 out of 5. I loved Aiden. 5 out of 5. Loved this book. One of my new absolute faves of all time. Okay, guys, so that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up down below. And if you guys like me, hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload videos. Thank you guys so much for all the positive support. You guys have been so kind to me. Literally, I love all of you so much, and I'm planning a lot of new book content and everything within the next few weeks, so be excited for that, and I will see you guys when I see ya. Peace.